guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is conquerors and you're welcome to TFS Corner. If this is your first time clicking my video, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel as I'm about to hit the 1K milestone. And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you so much. So welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a place where I talk about my experiences. Guys, I graduated. I know, I'm so happy. It's been a long way, and I know I have a backlog of so many things that I want to teach you guys with. So guys, I remember that the last video that I dropped for you guys, I was going through school stress. I was going through school. I was trying to vlog my experiences in school because I knew that I was going to be graduating very, very soon. Like I was going to be graduating like as soon as possible. That year, those period was the craziest time of my life. And I think that was the beginning. The last time I dropped a video was exactly the same period as now that I'm dropping a video as like then. So that period I went home for Christmas, I did my Christmas and all of that. Then I had to resume like around January, and I started my 400 level second semester studying linguistics, and it was the most beautiful times of my life because one thing that I found out, because I was checking my prayer book and I found out that one thing I told God that I wanted while graduating school was to have the most stress-free graduating year of my life, and I had that, guys. I had the most stress-free graduation, although there was this like anxiety and fear at the time that what if, how is it going to be, what if there was a lot of what if, that fear that comes up with how is it going to end, what will you be doing next, on all of those questions. But I'm here to tell you guys that everybody's story is different. Do not allow another person's story to determine how your life is going to be like. So that period, I was so scared. I was worried. How's my life going to be? But I knew that I was ready and I really wanted to enjoy the time. So I wrote my final exams. They had to postpone the exam so many times, but finally we wrote and we graduated, we signed out. So I graduated. I was so happy. I had a lot of love, and people that came for me that day was like literally the best day of my life, and I was looking my best, period. So I graduated in April, and I knew that immediately after my graduation I wanted to get a job immediately. So while I resumed school, I started a business where I imported like sheet masks. So I started a business and it was a sheet mask business. I was telling God that I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to do something that will be able to yield money for me. So I wanted to invest money on a business. So I imported lots. I imported like over 700 pieces of sheet masks and eye masks that I was going to sell during that period. So I felt that okay, my voice is cracking because if I remember that period, it was like the saddest times of my life. Like it was really sad. And I imported and my mind, oh, I'm going to make so much money and this thing is going to sell out in 2 weeks. It's going to come soon because I kind of use like a different shipping platform, and I'm still going to tell you guys about that shipping platform because I feel like they are really, really good and stress free. So maybe you can go back and check on your own and see the one that works best for you. So I was like, okay, it's going to come on time. It's my final year. I will sell it while I'm in school and all of that. Guys, lo and behold, I imported those products and it had to take like 3 months before it could get to me. And within that 3 months, I think I ordered those products like around January, and it's going to come like around ending of March or first week of April. And by that time, I would have graduated from school. So how am I going to sell this? This is something that I plan to import to get it and sell while I'm still in school and make money and all of that. Hmm. I cry, guys. I don't know what made me forget that um I not have to wait that because it's importation, for crying out loud. It's going to take time. But I don't know what made me feel like I was going to be getting it like in 2 weeks time or something like that. So guys, I imported and I found out that I had to wait like 3 months to get my product, and I was so sad. I cried. Yes, I cried so much. Like, I cried so much because, like, I was talking to my best friend at the time, and I was telling them that, what am I going to do with all this product? How am I going to sell it? But there's always something that that had always and would always keep me anytime I find myself in a difficult situation. There's always a reason for everything. Don't you ever forget that. There's always a reason for everything. So far you put God first in everything that you do, there is always a reason for everything. And I consoled myself with that, and I moved on and I started believing in God that no matter what, school or no school, that I was going to sell. I was going to sell my product and it's going to sell. And I moved on. I started going back to school and all of that. And before I graduated, I got my product and immediately I started posting. Lo and behold, guys, it was not as easy as I thought, because here I am looking at 600 and something products, 700 products, and I don't even know how I was going to sell it. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'm so depressed looking at this product that a lot. When will I sell off it? The rate that I was selling, 12 pieces, 3 pieces, 10 pieces, 7 pieces, it was crazy. I didn't know how I was going to sell this product, guys. Guys, the way that I finished selling that product, like every single piece left my house till today, it's unspeakable. It's like, I don't even know how. Like, you guys would be like, I didn't run ads. I only posted on my status. I don't even have so much contacts. I don't have up to 50 persons at the time viewing my contacts. And you guys will wonder, how did I do it? I don't know how I did it. People from nowhere will come. Someone, like, I had 50 pieces of, people ordered like 50 pieces of sheet mats, and it was not just once or twice or thrice. I'm like, this God, he's faithful. He is. Like, he is. And at that time I was juggling trying to finish up my final exams, trying to sell off the product, and also thinking of how to get a job, because I really wanted to get a job like immediately after I signed out from school. It was a lot. That period of my life was crazy. Trying to sell out in business, trying to write well in my exams. God, did I forget? Trying to write my project. So now let me take you guys to another backstory. Last year, before we resumed our second semester, doing my first semester 400 level, I and my best friend, we did something that we started declaring that, you know what, we are going to have the best project supervisors, because we've heard stories, myth of how project supervisors can be crazy and can be a thorn in your flesh and all of that. And we started declaring at that time that we're going to have the best project supervisors. Guys, lo and behold, God just provided someone that was able to connect us to have the best. We had the best project supervisor that you could ever think of in the whole of my department. I was not stressed. The man was even the one encouraging me that, you know what, don't worry, you are doing your best, and don't worry, you're fine. That all these ones that I'm doing is just procedures, that he has sorted me out. Like, that favor, like, it's huge when you have somebody that trusts you, that encourages you, and that, that cares so much for you to do so well in your academics. Like, I'll come to his office, I'm like, Sam, don't know, I'm trying, like, you praise, you're my madam, oh." Like, he calls me my madam. You're like, you're my madam, oh. I don't have you're my madam, oh, you, all this one you're doing is procedure, like, don't worry, you're sorted. And I'm like, in all my years, I've never thought that something like that would ever happen to me. And here I am in this time of my life, it's just mind blowing. And that was how my project was stress free. Like I can't even remember stressing or going to school back and forth. I know other people have different stories. Please, if you have your own story, you can share it down in the comment section. I know a lot of people have other stories of how crazy that their project period was, but mine wasn't. It was just by the grace of God, and I had the most stress-free project time at that time. So I was back to the story that I was telling you guys, and I was thinking of how to sell the product and still trying to graduate and all of that. Guys, the way that I sold out those products is something that I cannot even imagine. It was crazy. It was mind blowing. And yeah, I signed out of school and I graduated, guys. I signed out of school. That day was beautiful. That day was colorful. That day was, it was like an experience, because I can remember when I went to school. I entered school, and immediately I entered school, we had the corona pandemic stuff, and we had to come back, and we stayed home for like a year, and then had to resume again in 2020. In 2021. It was crazy, but look at me talking to you guys. I signed out and it was beautiful. So yeah, this is where we're going to be ending the video for today.